Greetings to you viewers. My name is Pastor Yvonne Chipindu, child of God. In this strange place, there is no room for fear. Fear is a decision. You have decided to. But when we are talking of God telling us, fear not, it is a commandment. He is telling us that yes, in your position, in your circumstance, fear not, for I am with you. You remember the woman with the issue of blood. She heard the word of God. She listened to God's command that God told me, fear not, because he was with her, and she decided on her own to have faith. Remember, when we are talking of fear, it's the opposite of faith. So now she had faith with her. She believed in her God, and she said, only if I could touch. This is a decision that she has made on her own. No one pushed her. But she said that I need to be out of this place. I need to be somebody new. Remember, we said God gives us new things every day. So she wanted something new in her life, and she decided on her own. She knew that if I remain in this position of fear, I'm not going to get well. But I need to put on the garment of faith, and I need to believe in this man Jesus, and all my things will go on well. So it's a decision that she took on her own based on the circumstance that she was in. So, child of God, if you are in fear, you are not going to get anything. For in this kingdom, it is only faith that works. When you are in fear, then you are not in God's kingdom. Then you don't know who you are. Then you don't know your position, because what we only need is the word of God. And if he had told us that he is with us, then definitely he will never change. Remember, the scriptures tells us that this God will never change. He is the same. If he has done it for this woman, he's still going to do it for you. So there are 4 keys that we only need to understand. When we are in this strange place, I'll take you to point 1. The 4 keys: seek God. When this woman was in her situation, what did she do? She sought for God. She looked for God's assistance. That's why she went to Jesus. So what you need, child of God, have faith and seek God. He is our answer to any situation that we go through. Point number 2, worship God. In that strange place, like I said yesterday, don't be like the children of Israel. They would murmur, they would complain. But what do you do in this strange place? Worship God. Worship him. Be intimate with him. Instead of complaining, worship him. Instead of you crying. You know, when Samson once was in this strange place, he never cried. He looked for God. And what did he do? He worshipped, because the scriptures tells us that he prayed and he said, Lord, if only you could give me that power now. Yes, I am weak, but God, only God's grace is what I need right now. Only God's grace is sufficient for me right now. So what did he do? He worshiped God. When you are in that strange place, do not complain. Instead of complaining, you need to worship God. You need to pray. Instead of you crying. We never heard of Samson crying, but he decided to pray, because he knew that he can only get his answer when he has prayed. When you cry, you are not going to get anything. When you murmur, you are not going to get anything. When you complain, just like the children of Israel could do, they could not get anything. They could not even get God's attention. Why? Because they didn't know what they are supposed to do. Worship God is the second point. So, child of God, point number 3, reverence God. Kuchka mwari. You know what made Abraham to succeed in his strange place? He reverenced God. God told him, go to a certain place that I will show you, because he had so much respect, because he reverenced his God. He obeyed. We don't even have that respect for our God. Even if when he tells us something, we ignore. But remember, God knows everything. God knows your tomorrow. So if he is telling you, Pastor Yvonne, I need you to pray on this, I need you to help somebody, I need you to do this, it's because he knows about you tomorrow that you don't know. Point number 4, focus. Atina zvatinogona kuita if we are not focused. The reason why you are seeing me like this is because this camera is focusing on me. Child of God, if you go to the north, to the west, to the east, you are not focused. You need to focus. You know, this woman with the issue of blood, she focused on Jesus Christ. That's when she got her answer. That's when she was made well, because she focused on Jesus. The problem that we have right now is we know we are supposed to worship God, but we go on twenda kuma one-on-one, and then takwenda kuma profita, and then takwenda kunganga. It's because of lack of focus. But if we only focus on our God, on his word that he said, fear not, then we are not going to be moved. The reason why we are moved, we are tossed to and fro, like the scriptures tells us, is because of immaturity. So chinoita usavene focus is because you are immature. So what we need is maturity. Maturity is what will help us to focus only on Jesus Christ. What you need right now is focus. So if you put this into action, these 4 keys, then you are done. Then you are good to go. Then you are good in your strange place. So child of God, don't lose focus. Focus on Jesus Christ, because he is our provider, because he is our strengthener, like he told Paul. So Paul focused, and even when he was in jail, he knew that I have my God who will be with me. He knew that my God told me that I will be with you. So all I need is to focus. All I need is to worship. All I need is to reverence my God, and I am done. That's the reason why he got out of jail. Imagine if he had not focused on God, if he had not worshipped, if he was not mature enough, he was going to rot in jail. But because God was with him, because of what he has done, because of his maturity, that's when he was taken out of jail. So child of God, in this strange place, we need to focus. We need to worship God. We need to know who we are. It's so important for you to know who you are so that you may not be moved. We all know that the devil comes to kill, steal, and destroy, but God comes to restore. God comes to give us life, and life in abundance. So if I know that, yes, I'm unemployed, but my God is there to give me food. My God is there to look after me. I'm not moved. I will remain focused on my God. This is who you are supposed to be when you are in this strange place. And if you have enjoyed this message, don't hesitate to like, subscribe, and share. Until we meet again next week, have a blessed week.